Well, hello! I'd like to welcome you to my first impression of a PenBBS 355. Now, if you've been following this channel, you know one of my aspirational pens is a Conid bulkfiller, the Minimalistica. In fact, I looked at one. I even placed it in my shopping cart. I went to the Fonteplumo because they have some cool ones with the orange finial on the cap and the orange finial on the blind cap. But there was a big 3-digit hurdle I just couldn't get myself over, the price. Luckily, I found a pen with one less digit in its price that's hopefully will scratch that itch because I really wasn't interested in the nib. It's a demonstrator. I like the demonstrator, but really I was interested in the mechanism. The bulk filler, I will show you that in just a bit, is a unique filling mechanism, but don't go thinking the Conid has exclusive rights to it. Conid has a patent on one particular part of their bulk filler mechanism. This is actually a very old bulk filler, very old filling mechanism. Some of the first pens you would have seen it in apparently, used a latex sac and whatnot. So let's take a look at this one. Now the reason you don't see it here behind me is because autofocus hates these PenBBS boxes until I remove the outer cardboard sleeve. So let's take a look. So it arrives in this cardboard sleeve that autofocus hates. You can see on the end there, PenBBS 355. 16 SF has to do with the color, finish. Pull it out of the protective sleeve. You get your more traditional PenBBS business there. Now I will confide that I need to wipe some dust off of my lens. Whoops. Yeah, we'll do that later. All right. So open it up, and inside the coffin, you get that. No pen kimono this time, as far as I could see. Just the nice bit of styrofoam or whatever that is. Now, I will admit I have taken this out because I watched an unboxing of this pen done by another reviewer, and he struggled with how to work the mechanism. Then he said he'll have to get back to us later, and I did not want to do that to you. So I made sure I knew how to work the mechanism. So PenBBS, pretty typical. I have the same clip on several other PenBBS pens. I like this almost crystal-like finial. And then there's the blind cap, also kind of like a crystal. Very clear. Time will tell how long-lived the clarity of the plastic is. Around the finial, PenBBS 355. Uncap this puppy. I don't think I've seen this design on a PenBBS nib before. I can't even read that on the camera. PenBBS 2000 Shanghai, China, and an F for fine. I have the feeling that after I've reviewed this, I'm probably going to put a more fun nib on it. I've already got that on another PenBBS. Now, let's look at the filling mechanism. Looks kind of like a piston or perhaps a vac filler, doesn't it? Part of your clue comes here, the threads. And there's the piston. What's going on here? Well, let's unscrew this bit. Take it up here. And then we'll screw it into the piston. Apparently Conid has a kind of a hook system to attach it to the piston. PenBBS went for this. So that's what makes Conid a bit different. And that's why this is not stealing Conid's idea. This is their own system. Now, the very first time I did this was very hard to push down, and I see it was again. But now, it just zoop, zoop. Easy as, well, easy. So, I get it down here, and then the idea is, then I'll draw up the ink. Unscrew. Oh, come on. Unscrew. Might be in a little trouble here. There we go. Unscrew. And then I have that much more space. I don't have all this room taken up by a screw type mechanism. Let's see if I have one down here. Yeah, here's a more traditional piston filling pen, waiting for a first impression. Look how much of the barrel is taken up by the filling mechanism. On the other hand, it doesn't have the rod hanging down in the ink the whole time, so I guess there's a horse apiece. So, should be able to hold a lot of ink. Let's find out. So I've been enjoying Califolio inks. This is made by the same company. It's a perfumed ink, so that's kind of weird, but I like oranges, so I thought, what the heck, let's just try it. Plus, I thought it would look good in this pen. So I am pulling this up, screwing it into the piston, turn it slightly on the side here, push down, insert, and then without spilling, hopefully, we'll draw it up. Nice. We'll do that again. Yeah. That's the stuff. Almost a full fill. Now, I've seen some reviewers get in trouble with what's about to happen next. Because, remember, I'm pushing that rod back down in. I'm pushing ink out of the way to do that. This is a Conid thing also, from what I am told. You're going to expel a few drops of ink when you do so. So do so over your bottle of ink. And then wipe your nib off. See, I did my research so I would hopefully come out of this looking somewhat intelligent. Oh. I don't know, it's kind of weird to smell ink, I think, but what do you think? I don't know, kind of a chemically orange smell is what I think. Maybe you'll like it better on the feed? I don't know. Encre parfum, mais? I don't speak French. Orange. Maybe as many French things as pop up in the fountain pen world, I should put French on my list after Chinese. Certainly be easier to write. Oops, did I say that? But yeah, if I wanted to complain about Chinese, that rating system is killing me. Alright, and actually I need that bottle back up here so I can get the name of the ink right. Okay, so this seems a little wider than when I wrote with my last PenBBS, also with a fine nib. Very feathery, which is not the pen's fault, that's the ink's fault. What's it called? Doing my best here. Close enough. That may take some time to decide if I like that ink or not. But we're talking about the pen, so let's see if it flexes. Of course it doesn't flex. It's a steel nib, and a fairly stiff one, just like most PenBBS nibs that I've encountered. Doesn't mean it won't write well, with possibly a different ink in it, or on different paper. I do kind of like the color. My nose starts running when I'm this cold, when it's this cold and I'm outdoors. So walking back from the school today has got my nose plugged, so I'm only smelling this if I hold it right next to my nose. Smear test. Fairly wet. I don't notice a difference at all other than it's much finer when I write in with reverse. That's impressive. That's very good. A couple people have remarked when I go, ew, this isn't one of those times. That was nice. All right, and we'll do the Pierre Gustafson test. Some feedback, but I'd call this, very comfortable writer. Oh, there I just got a whiff of the smell as I was capping it from the ink. Definitely not an orangish smell. I don't know how to describe, but maybe when my nose isn't plugged, I'll be able to say differently. As far as how it fits in the pocket, yes, I've got another pen in my pocket. Oh, slipped right in, no problem. What can I say? Happy with that. Cannot complain. There we go. Make it look sexy. So, am I pleased with this pen so far? Yes, the ink less so. Now, as far as this filling mechanism, is it worth it? I don't know. I could not talk myself that it was worth it with a Conid bulk filler. As much as I want the pen, I just looked at it and said, no. But, if you're looking for a good daily writer, a pen that won't run out of ink during the day, this is the kind of filling mechanism you want, because it holds a lot of ink compared to other filling mechanisms. So, happy with that. Just make sure it's an ink you don't want to change that often. So, I look forward to writing with this pen. I think down the road I will probably put a different nib on it because I have my daily writer's pens that I like, and I don't see this joining them. But I think this is very attractive, and I enjoy just the mechanics of the filling mechanism. So, it'll be staying in my collection for exactly that reason. So, thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.